Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News, some latest events in the province. And now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of October 3rd, Deputy Prime Minister Mr. Lê Thành Long, Chairman of the National Coordinating Council for Law Dissemination and Education, chaired the meeting to review key tasks for the remaining months of the year. The session was held in person and online with connection to locality nationwide. And the TayNinhTV venue, Ms. Phan Thị Mỹ Dung, Director of the Department of Justice, together with members of the Provincial Coordinating Council for Law Dissemination and Education, attended the meeting.
In his concluding remarks, Deputy Prime Minister Lê Thành Long emphasized the need to accelerate digital transformation and apply artificial intelligence to effectively operate the national law portal. He also requested the Ministry of Justice to closely coordinate in developing and launching a new television program titled Policy Highlights. The Deputy Prime Minister further instructed the successful organization of activities in response to Vietnam Law Day November 9 and the effective implementation of the digital transformation scheme in law dissemination and education for the 2025-2030 period. Earlier reports showed that in the first 8 months of 2025, many of the Council's priority tasks had been carried out effectively. In TayNinhTV, every year the provincial and district level coordinating councils issue guidelines for activities marking Vietnam Law Day, thereby helping to raise awareness of respect for the Constitution and the law, while promptly replicating effective models and initiatives.
On the afternoon of October 3rd, Deputy Prime Minister Mr. Bùi Thanh Sơn chaired the National Online Conference on the organization of the Autumn Fair 2025 at the TayNinhTV Provincial venue. Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee and Vice Chairman of the Provincial People Committee, attended the conference. Speaking at the event, Deputy Prime Minister Mr. Bùi Thanh Sơn requested the Ministry of Industry and Trade to take the lead in coordination with the Ministry of Culture, Sport and Tourism to implement relevant activity as planned. He also urged locality to work closely with Ministry and sector to ensure that the Autumn Fair 2025 is organized on schedule, thereby promoting business connecting, boosting product consumption and expanding markets. According to a report, the Autumn Fair 2025 will take place from October 26 to November 4 at the Vietnam Exhibition Center in Đông Ban District, Hà Nội, covering an area of about 100,000 square meters with around 3,000 booths. Key industries showcased at the fair will include processing and manufacturing, supporting industry, machinery and engineering, food and beverage, textile and garment, e-commerce, information technology, and trade and service.
Continuing voter engagement activities ahead of the 10th session of the 15th National Assembly on the morning of October 3rd, the National Assembly delegation, including Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and head of the delegation, and Ms. Hoàng Thị Thanh Thúy, Deputy Head of the delegation in charge of Social Affairs, held a meeting with voters in Long Thuận, Khmer Mèo. At the meeting, voter rights concerns about public security, particularly illegal motorbike racing causing traffic safety issues. They also proposed installing additional surveillance cameras at key locations and called on authorities to step up patrols and enforcement against student traffic violations. Environmental pollution from pig farms was another pressing issue that voters urged authorities to resolve. Acknowledging the feedback, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái directed relevant departments and local authorities to coordinate and address the issues within their authority. On the same day, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái and Ms. Hoàng Thị Thanh Thúy also met with voters in Thành Đức, Khmer Mèo. At the session, voters voiced opinions on existing shortcomings after more than 3 months of implementing the new two-level local government structure. Representing the delegation, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái provided further information on matters of concern and affirmed that all feedback would be collected and submitted to upcoming National Assembly sessions. Also on the same day, another delegation including Mr. Huỳnh Thanh Phương, Deputy Secretary of the Party Committee of Provincial Agencies, and Mr. Trần Hữu Hậu, Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial Business Association, held a meeting with voters in Cầu Khởi, Khmer. Voters proposed measures to ensure the rights of local social associations. Regarding infrastructure, they requested attention to repair and upgrade the Western Canal embankment under the U Tiến Phước Hòa irrigation system. After local authorities and relevant sectors responded within their jurisdiction, the National Assembly deputies further clarified and recorded the petitions for consideration at higher levels.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of October 3rd, the People Committee of the province held the groundbreaking ceremony for the upgraded and expansion of Provincial Road A30C. Attending the ceremony, there were standing deputy secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and chairman of the Provincial People Council Women Home, deputy secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and chairman of the Provincial People Committee Nguyễn Văn Úc, deputy secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and chairman of the Vietnam Violent Front Committee of the province, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Hải, along with current and former provincial leader from previous term. This made the opening event of series of projects to be inaugurated and commences a celebration of the first congress of the TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee for the 2025-2030 term.
Provincial Road H30C spans 9 kilometers with a total investment of over 1,850 billion Vietnam đồng, connecting from Nguyễn Hữu Thọ Road in Bến Lức, Khmer to TayNinhTV City provincial border point. Of this, the first 0.7 kilometers will have 4 lanes, with the remaining 8.3 kilometers will have 6 lanes. Emphasizing that the upgrade and expansion of Provincial Road H30C holds strategic significance and contributes to creating momentum for the province's socio-economic development in the coming period. Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of the Provincial Business Committee Nguyễn Văn Úc demanded that the project be implemented seriously on schedule and with particular attention to quality. To ensure the project is implemented on schedule and with quality, I request that the project management board and collectors strictly comply with procedures and protocols, strengthen inspection and supervision of construction units regarding quality and contractor capacity. We must not allow outsourcers to build the road today only to have to repair it tomorrow. Once we do it, we must do it well so that the project is sustainable and serve the long term. In the context of preparing to enter a new term, transportation infrastructure projects, especially dynamic and key projects like Provincial Road H30C, are identified as important highlights, creating momentum for the province development.
Khi mà đại hội tỉnh đảng bộ lần thứ nhất
During the 2020-2025 period, fundamental projects have been completed. Following that, the first Provincial Party Congress has drafted a resolution, including 9 dynamic and key projects. These are major projects to create connectivity within the region between Tây Ninh and Hồ Chí Minh City, Tây Ninh and the Mekong Delta, and serve as a bridge connecting the economic corridor with Cambodia. These key projects will enable Tây Ninh to develop in the coming period alongside the entire country as it enters a new era. Upon completion, Provincial Road H30C will become an important inter-regional connecting route, linking with national transportation access and key expressways such as National Highway 1, Ring Road 3, Ring Road 4 of Hồ Chí Minh City, Bến Lức Long Thành Expressway, and Hồ Chí Minh City Trung Lương Cần Thơ Expressway. The project will not only have reduced logistic costs and improved transportation efficiency, but also create momentum to maximize the province's potential and advantages, attract investment, and promote sustainable socio-economic development.
To ensure the success of the first Provincial Party Congress of the province 2025-2030 tenure, the TayNinhTV Power Company has implemented measures to guarantee stable and reliable electricity supply for the Congress and related celebratory events across the province. Specifically, the company has directed its operating units to expand and review the entire power grid supplying venues of the Congress and accompanying events. clear transmission corridors, fix deficiency, and complete maintenance of the power grid before October 5th. All medium and low voltage lines, substation, and circuit breaker are being checked to prevent overload, power outage, or fire incidents. The company also committed to minimizing unnecessary power cuts and strictly prohibiting interruption on main and backup transmission lines, except in case of incident or directive from competent authority. In addition, the power sector has arranged on-duty leadership, technical team, and operational staff at key supply points, while maintaining standby rules ready to promptly handle any unexpected situation.
On the afternoon of October 3rd, Mr. Nguyễn Tuấn Khanh, Deputy Head of the Provincial Party Committee's Organization Commission, chaired the ceremony to hand over new membership cards to subordinate party committees. So far, TayNinhTV has completed over 98% of its membership card renewal, reflecting the serious and effective engagement of party organizations at all levels. In this way, the Provincial Organization Commission delivered nearly 85,800 electronic embedded membership cards to 100 subordinate party committees. Mr. Nguyễn Tuấn Khanh requested party committees to promptly distribute the cards directly to members in accordance with regulations, especially to delegates attending the first TayNinhTV Provincial Party Congress. For members who have not yet received their cards, the Provincial Organization Commission will continue working with the Central Organization Commission and the Ministry of Public Security to complete issuance soon, ensuring all party members are provided with new cards in the near future.
The Minhan social housing project invested by Biham Lomang GSC cover nearly 1,500 square meters with a 12-story apartment building comprising 175 units. The total investment is over 75 billion Vietnam dong, emphasizing the project's significance in meeting housing demand for workers and low-income earners, while contributing to social welfare policy and social economic development of the province. A representative from the Department of Construction requested the investor to mobilize resources, speed up construction, and ensure timely completion and operation of the project. Ladies and gentlemen, in line with the vibrant spirit of emulation nationwide, TayNinhTV province is utterly preparing for the first provincial party congress 2025-2030 tenure. This is a historic political event held right after the merger of the former TayNinhTV and Lomang province, shaping a new TayNinhTV with stronger potential and a more strategic position in the coming period. With fresh determination and confidence, this congress is expected to set for breakthrough direction, creating an important turning point for the province's sustainable development. The event took place in a special context, as TayNinhTV is consolidating its two-tier local government system while celebrating socio-economic development. Rough procurement have been widely calculated to gather valuable feedback from our social status, reflecting the aspiration of the people for rapid, sustainable and breakthrough growth.
Làm thế nào để có một cái kết quả cuối cùng của nghị quyết đại hội đảng đó là
We heard the party congress solution which will transform TayNinhTV into a reported province, making great contribution not only locally but also nationally.
Đóng góp rất lớn không chỉ cho địa phương mà còn đóng góp cho cả nước.
Identifying transport infrastructure as a key driver of socio-economic growth, TayNinhTV has been mobilizing resources to build a modern, synchronized system, a goal shared by both the provincial leadership and its people. I believe in the province's reason for science and technology, innovation, digital transformation, and especially modern transport infrastructure. We hope to see new and upgraded arterial roads to enhance regional connectivity and create momentum for all. To prepare for the new term, the Provincial Party Committee has proposed 22 major targets for decision at the Congress. Notably, the average annual economic growth is expected to reach 10 to 10.5%, with per capita income exceeding 94 million Vietnam dong.
Nắm chắc cái cơ hội này
This is the golden opportunity for TayNinh's breakthrough. We must say it's with strong determination, new thinking, and innovative method to achieve concrete results. The province has defined 3 strategic breakthrough, 11 key projects, and 6 fundamental solution routes for this tenure. With board orientation and the trust and unity of its people, TayNinh is ready to step into a new phase of sustainable and prosperous development, affirming its role as one of the key provinces in Southern Economic Region.
After more than a year of implementation, the competition received 19 ideas and projects from individuals, groups, and enterprises across various sectors, such as clean agriculture, circular farming, livestock, tourism services, and culture. Through preliminary, semi-final, and final rounds, the 5 best projects advanced to the ranking final. The interest, especially the top 5, reflected trends in green and circular agriculture, biotechnology applications, environmental friendliness, and clear commercialization orientation. Several projects already had finished products, gained initial market presence, and generated revenue. As a result, the organizing committee awarded 1 first prize, 1 second prize, 1 third prize, and 2 consolation prizes. The first prize went to the project Coastal Road Vessels by Miss Âu Vương Ngọc from Vương Ngọc Vegan Company Limited.
Facing the complex situation of storm, thunderstorm, and landslide during the rainy season, the TayNinhTV People Company issued an urgent directive requiring us in locality to promptly implement disaster prevention and control measures, ensuring the principle of for on the spot preparedness for rapid response. Accordingly, relevant agencies are tasked with lowly monitoring weather development, updating alerts, preparing forces, equipment, and material to be ready for response and recovery, safeguarding the lives and property of the people. The Department of Agriculture and Environment is assigned to coordinate with the Hydro Meteorological Center to strengthen forecast and warning of heavy rain, flood, and tidal surges. The Provincial Military Command and Provincial Police will mobilize forces to search and rescue. The Department of Industry and Trade, Electricity of TayNinh and relevant agencies will ensure electricity supply, essential goods, food, and medicine for the people. Commune and world-level people committee are entrusted to regularly inspect vulnerable areas, firmly organize evacuation, and protect lives and property. Since the beginning of 2025, TayNinh has experienced several types of natural disasters, including heavy rain, thunderstorm, and landslide, causing an estimated damage of 21.7 billion Vietnam dong. To ensure consumer health during the Mid-Autumn Festival, the health sector of TayNinh Province has connected with relevant functional agencies to strengthen food safety inspection and production facility, processing unit, food import business, and food service establishment throughout the province. At these facilities, inspection teams examine legal documents and papers related to food safety, hygiene conditions, equipment, the origin and sources of raw materials, and collect samples for food testings. Inspection show that most establishments basically meet food safety standards in processing and kitchen hygiene. Management team and staff have all been trained in food safety knowledge. We focus on ensuring that raw material have the origin, or license required by state agency, food safety and hygiene certificates meeting conditions, business license and water source testing. Generally speaking, we comply with state by law, selecting rice, like seafood, source, ensuring food safety for consumer. We supply source fully following state guided method. However, there are still some establishments that do not fully comply with food safety regulations in food service business operation, rule inspection and detection. The working team have strictly handled organizations and individuals with violations of food safety according to legal regulation. This inspection activity not only help raise awareness and responsibility of more organizations and individuals in food production and business, but also protect the right and health of the community. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.